Working remotely can be a challenge, especially for teams that are new to it. How do you deal with your work environment being the same as home while staying productive? At a time when teams must come together more than ever to solve big challenges, Trello's here to help. Trello, part of Atlassian's collaborative suite, has been powering remote teams globally for almost a decade. Trello keeps everyone on the same page, helping teams communicate, focus, and connect. Try Trello for free and learn more at Trello.com. That's Trello.com. Now, more than ever, teams must come together and work together to solve big challenges, and Trello is here to help. Trello, part of Atlassian's collaborative suite, is an app with an easy-to-understand visual format, plus tons of features that make working with your team functional and fun. With Trello, you can work with your team wherever you are, whether it's at home or in an office. Keep your workflow going from wherever you are with Trello. Try Trello for free and learn more at Trello.com. That's Trello.com.
Scarpins Avenue.
Dan and Ren and Jay will share tales of folks so unaware they lack in grace and sometimes choose the life they choose will make the news. Breaking down each epic fail in Florida, there's half-price bail. I'm happy to say they couldn't make this up. So listen to our podcast jam with co-host Arm and Dan. Bender, don't be a jerk, cause when the music hits the funny hits and we are gonna take you down. Stick around. Make a sound, hunker down, it's Dumb People Town.
Hey, Townies, welcome to another episode of Dumb People Town. Population you.
Population Barry.
Todd Barry.
The lovely Todd Barry. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to
Thank
town,
you for having
Todd.
me.
Thank
It's
you.
not very often that we get you out on the West Coast, so this is a real treat for us. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, I come out here. I just don't tell you guys.
Oh,
Wait
wow.
a
Hang on a
second.
second.
well,
that feels
guns,
mean.
Guns blazing.
I know.
Coming out swinging.
Shots across the bow, Barry.
He got mad at us because we took a shot at cats. Then he sent a beautiful picture of Todd on Twitter, and you
The
said
doctor?
No, Dr. Cat. No,
Oh,
not
that's
Dr.
right. I
Cat.
forgot. I did.
you sent like this picture of you and your cat. It was so
Yeah.
cute. And then I was reminded of your great old joke about how you lofted everything in your
Oh,
apartment.
yeah.
You even lofted the cat.
You lofted
Yeah.
the cat.
Oh, my God. I forgot about that joke.
That's
He lofted that joke in his brain.
I've written so many great jokes. I can't even keep track of them.
Daniel, how are you, sir?
Good, my friend. How about yourself?
I'm good, but I think we believe, and maybe Todd agrees or disagrees, we believe the world is getting dumber or dumb is getting louder.
Probably getting dumber, right?
Yeah, I think a little
Feels
bit.
like it.
I think just you're out in the world performing comedy. You see the stupidity that exists in
You
this
started
world.
comedy in Florida, is that correct?
I did, yeah.
Where?
Whoa.
Where in Florida?
South Florida. Our first place
I was
I went on
just
stage
curious.
was North Miami.
Yeah.
North Miami.
North
You
Miami
survived
Beach,
it.
actually. I did, yeah.
You made it.
He got through.
There's a moment when I was in Florida in West Palm Beach where, which I know is not that close to North Miami, but it's not that far.
It's about an hour.
Where I remember someone told me, just don't go 5 miles in any direction. It's like, if you go 5 miles out that way, it's just a lot of meth head. Don't go 5 miles that way. Don't go 5 miles like this. It was like
It's a bit of a generalization. That's
But- but it also could be a rule of
You also
thumb.
might go hit a nice mall or a beach 5 miles outside.
Or a gator.
Yeah.
I was like, if I go to the beach, if I go 5 miles out in the ocean, there's just like a floating meth stand.
Yeah, I wouldn't go
happening
5
there?
miles out into
Okay,
the ocean.
No, don't do
That's
that.
good to know.
Well,
we get great stories sent to us by our awesome fans,
do.
and Dan,
let's dive in.
Let's dive in.
All right, you
one.
ready? This
Yeah.
is sent in by Joe Luttrell at The Gentleman Joe.
Thanks,
Joe is
dude.
out here doing work. I appreciate you. If you want to be like him, all you have to do is at Daniel Van Kirk, hashtag Dumb People Town when you send in your stories on Twitter. Pasco County, Florida.
You know where that is?
I don't actually.
I don't either.
Wow.
A Florida man is facing a burglary charges after being accused of breaking into a Pasco County home with a horse at his side.
So that's his buddy, his partner in crime.
You would think, yes.
Maybe he's taking that song Old Town Road to the next level.
He breaks into houses with a horse. Like the
That's-
horse, he puts the horse in the house as well.
He's the horse.
He's
side
the horse
bandit.
bandit.
Well,
The
he's-
side horse bandit.
Sounds like a cool dude. If you can pull that off. I'm not into robbing people's houses, but
No,
Nor
but
am
that
I,
is
but
kind of a
that's-
feat in its into
To me, it
itself.
feels like you're setting the bar even higher.
so all these people with like these ring doorbells, they're
Yeah.
basically like this dude with a
Oh,
horse.
it's a horse, honey.
he can't be.
They're
It's
on
a horse.
vacation and they look at the app and they're like, "There's a horse trying to."
There's a horse.
That's a quote from the homeowner.
It's a
Steve,
Trojan horse of sorts.
There it is.
There you
Steve
go.
Ferguson. He said, maybe a bicycle or a truck. Who takes a getaway horse to a robbery?
Someone who wants to get away and not using streets.
A horse is better than a bicycle.
What was that a Tell's old joke of having sex with a horse because then you have a ride home?
Yeah, I think so.
I think that was. It sounds like one that he would. Sounds like one he would. I forgot about that one.
No, but wasn't there a thing recently about how now you can take a Shetland horse on
You can take a Shetland pony
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
that just
Oh,
as
there's
a
this week.
comfort animal.
Oh my God, it's getting ridiculous.
Well, you have to buy another seat.
I mean,
right?
if you listen, no, there was
Come
a
on.
picture of the horse sitting in front of people's
In the
legs.
bulkhead?
Yeah,
Who
no,
pushes those boundaries? Who's the first person going? I'm going to see if I can get a fucking horse.
I got to get this 8-year-old's birthday party going between Burbank and Phoenix immediately.
that's a lot of shit.
I'm going to go for it. I'm going to fucking bring it. Just going to bring the horse. to
You're
the
like,
airport.
Jeff, I don't know if that's a really good idea.
But just
You know
everyone.
what, Jeff? You keep go until you get the no. Keep going for it.
they'll think it's like a little, really big dog.
Or that's the person who wants people to look at them at the gate.
Yeah.
And that
They
is
want
also the
that
person
attention.
whose initial argument is, so you don't want me to be comfortable? You know what I mean? Like they come in hot with that
And
argument.
my answer is no.
No.
I don't want you to be. So maybe this guy, that's his thing. This is an emotional support robbery animal.
Where's
Yeah.
the horse? I mean, it's an obvious question, but where's the horse on the plane shed?
Huh?
Where does it shit on
Where
the
does it
plane?
shed?
That's what I'm saying.
That's
That's,
the
a
big-
lot
Is that
of
the
shit.
question you were just asking?
That's a
Yeah.
lot of
Okay,
shit.
It's
then I
horse
was.
shit.
That just proved that I wasn't listening.
No.
That's okay.
Thanks, Todd.
You don't have to buy another seat. You got to buy another
You
seat.
don't.
But I don't think the other seat solves the.
Yeah, because a horse isn't going to sit up in
Right.
that seat. But I guess
Yeah,
you
but
got to
just the
buy out the
room.
row.
I
The
just
horse
want to
isn't
hear
going
the
to be like, is it okay to go to the bathroom? And I see the lights on, but it
Right.
seems kind of.
You just can't. You just can't loiter around the area.
I don't feel a
here.
lot of turbulence. Is it
And
one
you
of
know,
those?
Southwest will make a joke about it. You are now free to shit about the cabin.
Oh my God!
I wish they could make a joke that good.
Who writes for the Southwest?
I don't.
Stewardess or-
They're
or
sometimes they're
flight
funny. I mean, I've had
What?
I've had the occasion, not on Southwest,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
but
yeah.
like when you go on like a United and you get sort of some rogue, funny flight attendant, they're like, oh,
Outside the flight plan, so to
yeah.
speak.
I had one recently, but I forgot what he said. So,
But it made you laugh.
yeah, I was like, all right, that's just. It was surprising.
Have you guys been on a flight yet where they do the yoga?
No.
I don't know if this is maybe only Southwest.
Spirit Air, Dan.
They have every single
Nice.
person. They tell all of you, put your hands straight up in the air, stretch, 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 and it's all just a ruse, obviously. Then they're like, and bring your hands all the way down to your lap, and then make sure that seatbelt's tightened.
Oh.
That's the whole thing that they're trying to get towards.
So it's
and then
seatbelt
everybody-
yoga?
Then everybody fucking church laughs, and I just sit there and shake my head. I
Dan's
hate
like-
a church laugh.
Well, because you hate how easy it is that they got the laugh.
Oh,
You know how hard we
I
have to
know
work.
You
it.
know how hard you have to work to get a
You know what
laugh.
someone said to me once at Southwest flight? They were like, well, maybe there's so many dumb jokes because some people are terrified about this flight. And
Right.
that extreme of how goofy this person's being
You're,
makes
you're
them
pulling
realize
a pin
how...
out of the nervousness.
Yes. And I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? If that's happening for anyone on this flight, fine.
Good.
Then I'm okay
Have you
with
seen
it.
that clip of Steven Tyler on a Southwest flight?
No.
Where this woman's
Sir, you are Group C.
this woman's traveling
Ma'am,
with
ma'am.
her little girl, and she actually asked Steven
Tyler.
Tyler to sing "Happy Birthday" to her
That's too
daughter,
much.
and he
What?
fucking did it.
No.
Yeah, it's a clip. You can find it on.
All right.
Steven Tyler.
It's
He's
just Steven.
like, there's this. He bought
He gets
a seat
into it, too.
just for his bandanas.
The fact that Steven Tyler sang a song, Dude Looks Like a Lady, and then he fulfilled that prophecy later in life is kind of
I
amazing.
just couldn't imagine, like, oh, he's a singer. I guess he's
Yeah.
perfect for this job.
Would you mind
of,
doing the... Yeah.
singing to my daughter to her face on a flight.
Right, but the also like the balls of that person
Right, it's
to
just-
just
I was-
ask that.
I was
Yeah.
mortified. I was kind of mad that he actually said yes.
yeah.
I was like, come on, man.
Come on,
Hey,
man,
have
have
some
some standards.
He does.
I'll
He has
give it a
many
little
of them,
wave or
Dream
something.
On.
He's on his way to doing standards, old standards.
That's like when Rod Stewart opened up the. I mean, yeah, I know you have the phenomenal joke of
Guns N' Roses.
Guns N' Roses playing
Oh, yeah.
with the orchestra, which I love that joke.
Thank
too.
you.
Wait, it's A, and then it goes over to C, and then all the way
The
to
fifth cello is
Back
having
to
a
A.
problem.
All right. Steve Ferguson said maybe a bike or a truck. Who takes a getaway horse to a robbery. Ferguson said he bought the Moon Lake area home a year ago as an investment property. He plans to remodel and rent it. I don't think either one of those things were ever going to happen.
But why does that need to be in this story?
Because he won't stop telling you.
Yeah, I got confused for a second. That's the same? We're
Same
still
story.
doing the horse story?
This is the guy just wanting the reporter to know, like, let people know this is an investment property. I'm going to remodel, re-rent this.
I don't live there.
Please put that in the caption with the pics. Maybe it's
Fumigated. I'll get any horse-like
central
sense
air.
out.
It's a 3 and 2.
Any horse burglar sense out.
Obviously, a horse can get onto the property if you've got horses.
Look, the
Sir, we're
doorways
just-
are wide enough for horses. That's something you can put in the description of my house that I will
Can
be
you put in
renting.
there OBO? No, sir. This
Horse
is
tested, horse approved.
yeah. Ferguson said the Shalimar Street home has been burglarized before, so he put up a fence, posted no trespassing signs, and installed security cameras. He called the Pasco County Sheriff's Office on Thursday after he started getting alerts on his phone that showed the video of the man on the property. He then headed to the house himself.
Oh, yeah.
Quote, upon arrival, I saw the horse running up the street. Horse is out.
Just
The
gone.
horse has bailed on
The
this.
horse finally read the no trespassing sign.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
Got
know.
it. He knew what was up.
I didn't see that.
I'm about respect.
By that time, deputies had arrived and made contact with, here's our guy, Lonnie the Rooster Maddox. And he was like, put Rooster in there.
Just Rooster?
There's
No,
so
the
much
Rooster.
What
so
am I,
much
Eagles?
extra detail in this story.
That's
so
what
great.
makes it
forgetting
dumb.
about
Lonnie
it.
the Rooster Maddox, what morning zoo show is he on?
How much about his high school baseball career does he not stop talking about?
25 victories.
95.
33 saves.
No, but so Lonnie and the Rooster is that, like, if you combined his name and turned it into two people, that would be a morning show.
That you have to do press for.
Yeah.
Todd, you got to wake up at 6 a.m. to do Lonnie on the Rooster this weekend.
I'll
You
do
ready?
it. Yeah,
He'll
I'll
do
do
it.
it because
Yeah.
it'll sell one ticket.
Look, it's going to get a guy out there.
And just the type of guy you want coming to that show.
100%. According to the arrest report, Lonnie the Rooster Maddox, they keep saying this, actually approached the deputy responding to the burglary call and asked if he'd seen a horse. That's a power move. Cops show up to the house you're burglaring, and you're like, hey, real quick,
Tell me something.
you seen a horse?
right now?
Hey, rookie, you got a horse out there?
Sir, that's not what I'm here for. Well, it's what you're here for now. We got to find this horse.
I need you. You work for me. You
Right.
work for the city as a
Right.
police department.
Maddox reportedly told the deputy that the horse had gotten into the yard through a broken fence and he had simply followed it. So he's putting it all on the horse.
That's it.
Rooster.
He's literally betting it all on horse.
He is.
He's throwing the horse under the bus.
Rooster also told deputies he went into the house because he was interested in renting it and wanted to see what it looked like inside. This is my favorite show on HGTV.
Wait, is this the
Horse in a house.
I forgot who Rooster is. Is he
Rob-
the,
Rooster's the guy who's
Lonnie Maddox.
He's the guy who
Broke in with the horse.
oh, he's the
Ro-
burglar.
Yes.
Alleged burglar.
Rob it or
Alleged.
raise it?
He's there.
Rob it or raise it would be a show.
Rob
on
it,
H-
raise it, ride it.
Right.
Do you remember when Bob Dylan? He was in Jersey. This was like a few years ago.
Yeah.
He just went for a walk and just started looking. He like poked his head in a house in New Jersey, suburban New Jersey, and he got arrested.
Of course.
Well, they take that, and then someone was like, "That's
Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
So that just I just thought it was very strange.
That
It
is
is strange.
Like,
Did they
he's
let
fucking-
him off because it was Bob Dylan?
Yeah,
Like,
I don't
he's
think he
probably writing
actually
this
was.
song.
They realized, oh, he's just weird and
Oh, I'm
looking through a window
Right.
of an abandoned house.
Oh, I'm sorry. We don't allow Americana to take a look into. You know, like he's part of the fabric of our society.
Quote, I said, what are you doing in my house? Steve Ferguson said of his encounter with Maddox at the property. Quote, the guy said, my horse broke into your house, mister, and I had to go in and get her. I said, okay, so she broke into the gate and then the porch and then the house?
That's a great
Yes.
question.
Yeah.
You've
So
seen
now
it?
he's cornering this guy in his
Yeah.
own
I
argument.
hope the rooster was like, yeah,
Yeah,
I just told you
Yeah,
that.
he broke in. It's
The
a
horse
very
has a problem.
Very crafty horse.
Surveillance video shows a man identified as Lonnie the Rooster Maddox walking around the property with the horse, entering a screened-in porch with the animal, and seemingly trying to get it in through the front door. The affidavit says the door was padlocked, and Maddox got into the house by breaking a back window. And you know the whole time he was talking to the horse.
Yeah.
Which way should we go? You want to go around back?
What are we doing
you
here?
want to go that way? Are you leaving? Come on.
This is gonna be
Come
fun.
on.
You wanted to come here.
Silver.
You,
Silver.
Whoa.
you wanted to come here.
I know.
Look, if they ask us, you're the one who broke in here.
Ferguson said nothing was taken, but estimated the damage to the window will cost $100 to repair.
Yes.
As for the horse, Angel, it's Angel,
Uh-huh.
was recovered about 2 miles away from the site and was later reunited with her owner. Don't give
that back.
Don't you
Yeah.
lose the horse when you
Yes.
use it in a
You
robbery?
got to go to Horse Child Services. Or
Yes. At least some class.
Take that horse. Get that horse in foster horse care.
Maddox, that's the rooster, did not own the horse, and it isn't clear whether or not he had permission to take her on the alleged crime spree.
That's why she's
Okay.
running
That's
away.
a whole other set of
I
questions.
just can't
are
believe
smart.
how long this fucking story is.
It's
I mean,
amazing.
there's a
It's
lot
a lot
in
of
it.
This seems like a
Facts.
one paragrapher to me.
But it's a lot
Maddox
of facts.
faces charges of burglary of a dwelling. We will get out of here on this. How old is Lonnie the Rooster Maddox?
In horse years?
Yes.
I'm going to guess he's an old, I'm going to say 71.
71. Todd Barry.
I'm going to say he looks 58, but he's 38.
38 years old? Okay.
Taking a horse.
I mean, he's giving himself the Rooster as a nickname.
So the rooster is kind of an old name.
Right.
That's like an older name. But using a horse for a robbery that isn't your horse is a young man's game. We all know that. So I'm going to say he's 29 years old.
29 years old. Okay. We will end the first story with Todd Barry
71, 38, and 29.
on this.
It's a range of ages.
Get your answers in now, Townies. Play wherever you are. Yell it out. Because Lonnie, the,
The
Rooster,
Maddox.
Maddox, is 52 years old.
Oh,
So
well, I
believe
think it's
Todd
me.
Barry.
No,
You went
He's
38.
38, so I'm
and you said
14 away. He's
71.
19 years
Ah.
away.
Yeah, so there you
I
go.
will take
Yeah,
credit for
take
that.
the
one.
win.
Excellent math.
But by the way, Todd was right in the direction he was
Old
going.
man.
That's an
Older
older
guy.
guy.
Yes.
Yeah, you
Not
kind
old
of
man,
covered.
he's
You were
52,
like,
but-
he looks this way, but he's this way.
I said looks 58.
you
but
created a
he's-
range. That kind of that was a power move you just did.
Power move. Jay, you essentially asked,
I tried to take over.
where's the horse? You asked the police. All right, there you go. First story down in the books.
Boom.
Todd Barry's with us. Let's take a break.
I
We
get
When
it.
we come back, we'll hear about his podcast and other fun stuff.
right after
All right.
this.
Stick around, make a sound for more Dumb People Town.
It's a trying time that challenges all of our basic assumptions. However, one thing that brings us all together is our common humanity. Now more than ever, teams must come together and work together to solve big challenges. And Trello is here to help. Trello, part of Atlassian's collaborative suite, is an app with an easy-to-understand visual format. Plus, tons of features that make working with your team functional and just plain fun. Teams of all shapes and sizes and companies like Google, Fender, and even Costco all use Trello to collaborate and get work done. With Trello, you can work with your team wherever you are, whether it's at home or in an office. No matter what device you're using, computer, tablet, or phone, Trello syncs across all of them, so you can stay up to date on all the things your team cares about. Keep your workflow going from wherever you are with Trello. Try Trello for free and learn more at Trello.com. That's Trello.com. Trello.com. Working remotely can be a challenge, especially for teams that are new to it. How do you deal with your work environment being the same as home while staying connected and productive? And then there's your newest coworker, the cat. Well, your friends at Trello have been powering remote teams globally for almost a decade. At a time when teams must come together more than ever to solve big challenges, Trello's here to help. Trello, part of Atlassian's collaborative suite, is an app with an easy-to-understand visual format, plus tons of features that make working with your team functional and just plain fun. Trello keeps everyone organized and on the same page, helping teams communicate, focus, and connect. Teams of all shapes and sizes at companies like Google, Fender, Costco, and likely your favorite neighborhood coffee shop all use Trello to collaborate and get work done. Try Trello for free and learn more at Trello.com. That's Trello.com. Trello.com.
Hey guys, welcome back to Dumb People Town. We are at Sklar Brothers on Twitter and Instagram. Follow us. We have some dates coming up. We have a live Dumb People Town coming up at Largo on September 9th. And in New
Andy
York City,
Richter, Pete Yorn playing music, and Kate McCucci. It's going to be a great show.
Heck
and
yeah.
then in New York at
October 13th at the Bell House on with Michael
Sunday,
Che.
October 13th.
Sunday, October
Yeah.
13th. Very excited about that. Todd Barry, you have a podcast.
Tell
I have a
people
Todd
how-
Barry podcast.
It's called Todd Barry Podcast.
It's called the Todd Barry podcast.
The
I
Todd
don't
Barry.
do it as steadily as I should. It comes out almost every week,
Okay,
and it's just me shooting the shit with some comedian because that's all I know.
that is all
comedians.
you know.
And an
life.
occasional musician. I had Ted Allen from Chopped on.
Nice.
And I'm on tour, so go to toddbarry.com.
How was Ted Allen from Chop?
He's very nice. He's very
Funny guy?
Yeah,
Sharp
funny,
dresser?
smart. Yeah, he's dressed down, just kind of a t-shirt, like.
But a
Probably,
good
probably
dude.
took the subway there.
I mean, Let's.
I
not
bet
go
he
crazy.
did take the
Yeah,
subway there.
Probably. I didn't ask him, but oh shit! This is the first lull in the show.
No,
Yeah.
I
There's
just
no lull
am
in the
shocked.
show.
I love a
that-
good lull.
I'm imagining Ted Allen on the subway in an
a t-shirt.
ascot, in a
Oh, I've
t-shirt
seen-
and an ascot.
Have you never seen a celeb on the subway?
Well,
Wait, did you
who's-
guys?
Who's the biggest celeb you saw?
I've seen.
Now people have said they've seen Todd Barry.
The
That's
biggest
right.
one is Henry Winkler. I saw on the
On the subway?
On the
Really?
subway, yeah. That was. I think he was doing a play, and I was kind of near Broadway.
Yeah.
There was the R, the N train, and just the doors open. Henry Winkler standing there with his hand on the pole,
And you were like, wow.
no hat, nothing. I was like, okay.
Wow.
I was like, wow,
Impressive.
because I was just thinking, wow, whenever Happy Days was like this
At
would be
its height.
inconceivable.
Inconceivable because the subway was running at that time. He in 79 or I
Yeah,
guess
yeah,
what it
78.
like
was.
he would have
yeah.
had needed. He wouldn't have even considered doing.
No
it.
way.
No
But,
way.
I thought it was pretty cool because even then,
People
years
still-
later, he didn't have to. He didn't have to take the subway.
100%.
But it's probably quicker.
It's
Yeah.
always quicker.
So that's big. Who else have you seen on that? This is amazing. Who else have you seen on the subway
I've
that you were
seen,
like, I can't believe that
I've
this
seen
person's
David Johansen, rocker David
Wow.
Johansen, twice. I've seen him twice.
New York
I saw,
Dolls.
saw Joe Jackson, the singer.
Really?
What?
Was he
Yeah.
stepping out?
He was stepping
That's
out.
good. Yeah.
Who else have I seen? God, I mean,
Who do we see ran on the subway? Have we seen anyone?
You know, in the 6 years without
Oh.
a car, I never saw anybody on the bus here in LA.
You know who I rode the subway? A guy who's the people say is my doppelganger. I think his name's Michael Kelly from House of
Oh,
Cards.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like because people
Michael
say you look like this guy, and then I'm like on the B platform, like, oh my, he's literally
He's that
5
guy.
feet from me.
He
and
is
then
me.
we're on, but who else? Yeah, I mean, Philip Glass,
Yeah.
avant-garde artist.
Sure.
That's okay. All right.
But he's also like he lives near me, and I see him at Kmart, and so that it doesn't count at some
Philip
point.
Glass
Right.
at Kmart.
the unmasking of Philip Glass,
at
like
a
just the
Kmart.
demystifying of Philip Glass. I think you
The
should write a book
humanizing
about
of
that.
Philip Glass.
Uh,
the breaking of the glass.
The breaking of the Philip Glass ceiling. All right, shall we?
Let's
jump
do
into
another
story?
one.
We will. I want to let people know as well. Go to danielvankirk.com. I'll be in Jacksonville, Chicago, the East Coast, and the Midwest in October and November and
See 'em.
September. So,
See him.
yeah, I'm on the road. All right, here we go. Ready?
Yep.
I didn't realize this until just now. This is sent in by Joe Luttrell at the Gentleman Joe.
Two
Double
for
it
two.
up.
Two.
2 for 2.
2 for 2. He's good about
He's
sending
the
in
first one to
stories.
get him in, right?
That's how it works. Last Friday, Eve Saint posted a photo to Facebook in which she claims an unwanted household item was in the nachos she ordered at the Fish Kill Taco Bell.
Nope.
First of all, just the fact that they associate the town with the name makes it seem a lot worse than just your average
Fish
taco.
kill, but by the way,
Fish Kill's upstate New York, though, right?
Yes, I would believe so. Yes,
Fish
this
Kill
is from
New
the
York.
Hudson Valley Post.
That's right.
So here's the other thing. Isn't she missing a last name?
Yeah, it should be Yves Saint
Saint
Laurent.
Laurent. Thank you.
What was the object? Did you get to that?
I don't know. I was
Yeah,
going to
me
see
too.
if you guys wanted to guess.
Oh, let's guess.
What,
do you think?
household item do you think was found
in the
her
nachos?
Blow dryer.
Ooh.
A blow dryer in the nachos?
Why not? It's Taco Bell.
I mean,
there are no
you know,
rules.
This is
That
going to
could
be a
an
weird
That
story.
could be a menu item.
It's not going to be
Yeah.
like a hair.
I think it's a screwdriver,
Okay,
not the drink.
Keys?
that'd be better.
Someone's
Keys.
keys?
Ooh, those are all good guesses. Saint, that'd be Eve Saint,
Laurent.
initially thought that it was a doorknob. But
What?
yes,
So she didn't complain.
but eat around
Kept
it.
it to her say, hey,
You just lick that
It's just a
cheese
doorknob.
off.
It's just a doorknob. and the
Guys,
nachos.
relax. It's just,
Everyone relax.
but again, like a hair would be way worse. A doorknob, you're kind of like,
I
all
can
right.
get around that.
Do you guys want to see the picture?
Yeah.
I've eaten Taco Bell nachos many times in my life. They've never looked worse. And the doorknob doesn't help.
Do you have to order the doorknob?
What?
Ooh,
Oh God,
what is that?
It's a doorknob.
That is a doorknob.
That is a doorknob.
Yes, it actually technically it could be a doorknob, but it actually ended up being something else.
Okay.
Where was I?
Wait, and yeah.
Dog bone.
Some of the comments question whether the picture was real. Saint says the photo is real, though she wishes the photo was fake. That's how you know it's real. She wishes
So you
it was
know
fake.
it's real.
She wouldn't
She's
say
like-
that if she really wanted.
Yeah, it's like you ever meet people who have like psychic powers, and they're like, I
I wish I didn't.
wish
have
I
these.
didn't. I wish I couldn't speak to the
You
dead.
do believe them a little bit more.
Yeah, like that
'Cause they're
makes-
terrorized
Look,
by
I
it.
don't want this power. I don't want to be able to hear voices
It's
in a
like
wall.
me killing on stage. It's
Yeah,
like,
he
I don't
doesn't
want,
want
I
that
don't
power.
always,
I want
I don't
that
always
power.
want to be the best comic on
That's
the show.
right.
No.
You don't always like slay it in countries like Iceland.
Because some people have to follow you, and that's not fair.
It's Exactly.
Thank you.
You know the phrase "leave a little something." He
doesn't
would
know how
like
to do
to.
it.
Todd Barry would like to, but can't.
Saint says that she called Taco Bell to complain, but told it was, quote, impossible for the item to end up in her nachos, and then she was hung up on. Taco Bell, not
Whoa.
giving you a lot of good customer service.
By the way, how exactly? If you have to call Taco Bell, like how do you think that call is going
I
to go?
called Taco Bell recently.
No,
No,
Yes.
you did not.
For
No
what?
What in the world?
Okay, it was late after a show,
Yeah.
and I had to eat something. And so I was like, this is the only thing. It was pushing. It was after 1.
Yeah.
And so I called them to say,
I'm coming.
I couldn't believe they answered.
Yeah,
You know who else answered before them was a Jack in a Box. I'm like, what town am I in where I would, if I'm working at a fast food place and it is after midnight, I
Don't
will
answer the
never
phone.
answer that
No,
phone.
I feel like if you answer the phone, then you're in that movie where Kiefer
A phone booth?
phone
the
booth.
phone booth.
Remember
Spoiler
that
alert.
movie?
Yes.
Phone. Isn't that the one with
Robert
Colin
De Niro?
Farrell?
No,
Colin Farrell?
Colin
Yeah,
Farrell.
But
Yeah.
Kiefer's the one calling.
He's the
Oh, okay.
voice.
Okay.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. So, damn it. Wait. So they both
Don't
answered,
move.
and what I did, I called the Taco Bell to say, "Can I walk through your drive-through?" And the
On a horse.
nicest guy, I'm like, this guy needs to be the manager. He was like, you know what? I appreciate calling. Thanks so much. We'd love to have you come on into Taco
Nice.
Bell. I'm like,
Right.
what are you, Cracker Barrel?
That's amazing.
So he goes,
Jesus.
he says, here's the deal. It's a little tricky. There's a gray area, but I err on the side of positivity. You can't walk through here, but the rules state you have to be on a motorized vehicle. So if you want to go get a scooter or one of those Uber jump bikes, I'll say that that's good enough by me. You just have a half hour to get here. And so then flash forward 15 minutes,
You got
Andrew
on a scooter.
Youngblood and I, friend
Got
of the
on a
show,
scooter.
are on the Uber red jump bikes
Yeah.
in line at
So how much
1:45 in
do
the
those
morning.
cost?
That they were doing some deal where you get your
Compared
first
to your
30 minutes
dollar
for fuel.
burrito.
Yeah, I know exactly. I
One
paid more
should-
in transportation
That's
than I
right.
did in food.
Got it.
Yeah. So and I was on, but I called and they answered and they were way too nice.
They shouldn't have answered.
I know.
So they called, but in this instance, they were like, "Fuck you, it's
Yeah.
over." Right?
But you got how many Taco Bells would you guys used to put down?
So we used to go to
30
a Taco
each?
Bell in
when
St.
we
Louis.
were no in St. Louis, like after high school, we would go in the back of
After
our
a-
friend's truck after a party. We'd be drunk. You'd go to a Taco Bell. You order 10 tacos, and as you're eating them, you're like, "They're gonna come back. They're gonna
Oh,
look
yeah.
10
this-
each.
10 each. They're gonna look the
I don't-
same.
10
coming back
each for
out."
I think for $2.99 or like $3.99.
That's
I never
insane.
thought. I always thought their fire sauce just wasn't as hot as
I would
it
agree
needed to
with
be.
you.
as fire.
Yes.
As actual fire.
Could you eat 10 now?
Yes,
Yeah,
100%,
Absolutely.
Right?
I-
They're like 3 bites.
they're tiny.
I like their crunchy tacos.
I was going to ask if you go crunchy or
Yeah, I
soft.
like crunch. I mean,
So I would do 5 and 5.
Look at
Oh
you.
my God.
Yeah,
I'd
5
go
soft.
all-
Hey,
5
wait, would you
crunchy. All
alternate
crunchy.
when you ate too for the texture mix
No,
up? You
I go
bang out
all
one?
crunchy and then all soft.
Really?
really.
Yeah.
I think I'd mix them up.
I would too. I'd like to alternate my textures when I'm eating.
okay.
Dan, that's impressive.
Okay. You know.
I guess I wasn't that forward thinking. I was drunk.
So she calls. They're like, "There's no way." Click.
Right.
I'd leave it at that
Yeah.
because you lost.
You lost. There's a doorknob or seemingly in your nachos.
She
There
says,
also is no way to prove that you didn't put it there.
right.
By
You
the
know
way,
what I'm
there's
saying?
a
This would be a
door-
really easy hoax to
Right.
pull off.
Yeah.
She says she then called back over and over again with no one taking her call. When someone finally did answer, she received an apology and offered some discounts, which means to me that phone kept ringing and they were all having a meeting.
Janelle,
we have to
get it!
answer this eventually.
What are we going to
gonna
give her?
say?
This is
What we
like-
could say?
She needs,
Sorry.
She needs to know the star 67 trick. So
There you go.
block that number.
There
Well,
you go.
The idea that to me that scene is like the scene in Boogie Nights in Alfred Molina's house where like the guy's throwing
Somebody
the
in the back-
firecracker
yeah,
down.
yeah.
So like
They're
Thomas
yelling
Jane.
at each other and the phone keeps ringing.
they're yelling at each other. The phone is
Yeah.
ringing. It's like intense. People are ordering stuff.
Finally, somebody's like answers like, "We're sorry." Okay.
Here's
Do you
50
want discounts? Not free food.
here's
discounts?
Here's 50 cents off a 10-pack, so it's free.
Right. Quote, this is when she finds out what it is. Quote, I found out what the object was, and quote, it's the pump dispenser for cheese. So it's the handle that they use to pump the cheese, which is
I side with Taco Bell then. It's an innocent mistake.
Yeah.
It slipped off.
Could have
went into
happened to
the
anyone.
nachos,
Think of
they
the
fried-
filthy hands, though, that have been touching it.
Oh, God.
I mean, I'm sure they're clean.
I'm sure they're clean.
I found out it's the pump of a cheese dispenser. They hung up on me and told me I was lying, then offered me free nachos. Saint confirmed to the Hudson Valley Post.
Do you
in a
want
message.
nachos after that
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
from that place?
It's a principle
One
thing.
spit and
Here's
Fool me
my
once.
thing. Once bitten, what are the odds you get bit again?
Maybe. I
In
don't know.
Dumb
It's
People
Taco
Town,
Bell.
a lot. The odds are high.
50%.
She says it's unclear how the nacho cheese holder ended up in her nachos. According to Saint, the item was found in food she ordered on July 4th. So that's another thing for me.
That's
on
a
the
red
4th of
herring. No,
July,
that's irrelevant.
Yeah. Also,
Although 4th of July.
why are you getting Taco Bell on the 4th of July?
on.
You must hate America.
What do you?
It is America's favorite Mexican restaurant.
Yeah.
Remember that? We did that story like 6-7 months ago.
We did, but so you hate our freedom? I mean, you don't want to build that wall
She
on
wants
the 4th?
she wants the freedom to not have a pump dispenser.
He left the party early. That's what that tells me.
Yeah.
She says she only found out what the item was after an employee saw the photo and wrote it on her Facebook. So someone saw the post and was like, I'll
course.
tell you what that is.
Of course.
The manager at the Taco
Thanks.
Bell in Fishkill told Hudson Valley Post she can't comment on the photo. We take this very seriously. The franchisee that owns and operates this location is looking into this matter and strives to make things right with the customer,
By the way,
Taco Bell said in a statement.
that whole thing is bullshit.
Yeah.
Everything
taking
you
it seriously, part?
everything you just said is like what can be said that they're like we're not going to do anything in this scenario. So
By
read
the way,
it- read it back.
striving for anything when
Right.
it comes from a corporation means we're not doing shit.
Lie.
We don't
We
care.
don't care at all.
Read it one more time.
You guys are very
wanna-
cynical about corporations.
More so Taco Bell.
I own several huge corporations.
Okay,
So how are you guys
And do
striving?
I'm a great
You striving?
guy.
Do you
I
strive
am-
to do
I
strive
am
to
so-
do good work?
I
Todd?
answer the phone myself when there's a customer
at
service.
1 in the morning. Read what they said they're
Okay,
going to do,
this is
and
the
just
last thing we have.
slowly read it, just so
We take this very seriously.
which
No,
means
you
we do
don't.
not care at all.
You care
the
less.
franchisee that owns and operates this location, you're pushing blame on someone else.
This is like
I want to let you guys know
she
something.
essentially is saying the horse broke in on everything.
Right.
Okay,
The
So-
franchisee that owns and operates this location is looking into this matter
which means they're not looking
into
into it
that,
at
what
all.
else do you need to look into? What do you need to look into?
and strives to make things right with the customer.
Not true.
right. Because otherwise you'd say,
we'll
we'll
make it
make
right.
things right with the customer.
Strives
I think
to
like
be-
a $300 gift card and you're done.
I was going to
Maybe.
ask you guys as we left, what would be the appropriate amount of Taco Bell compensation that you'd do?
Todd, a $300 gift card means you eat Taco Bell for a year.
but I
like
think
a
it's
year's
enough where the
supply.
person might go, wow.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
As
300
opposed
is a
to, I'm
very
going to
good
find
number.
a lawyer.
Yes.
And it's easy money.
Because
for
what
people.
I'd be more mad about is the hanging up.
Yeah.
I'd be like, do you think I called you for the
Todd's
hell
right.
of it?
$300 gift card means you're going to continue eating at Taco Bell and you're going to develop a taste for it even down the
Yes.
And a weird addiction to
line. And
it.
a weird addiction to it. So like
Nacho
$300
fries.
is a lot and will sustain you for, I'm not joking,
Yeah.
like 3 or 4 months.
Well, it depends.
The
on
lawyer
your-
they
a
would have
year.
to hire if she followed through on some sort of lawsuit, which she probably could, would be way more than $300.
So now, someone who is really smart, and I'm not saying this person is not smart, would say a $300 gift card coming my way, I should now take it to them because they're clearly want to like.
I
they're
hate
go-
that. No, let people strive to make it right.
They're not going to
striving,
strive.
yeah, striving to make things right is me telling you that like
Yeah, we'll take
not
care of
gonna
it.
Get there.
I know. That's what I'm going to start answering.
We're
When people
looking-
say, Dan, how you doing? I'm going to go, I'm striving.
I'm
Striving to do
striving
my
to make it
best.
right. We're looking into
I'm
it.
striving.
The franchisee who owns Daniel Van
We,
Kirk.
first
is
of all, we
looking
take
into
this
it.
very seriously.
Which we don't. And here's whose fault it is. That's story number 2.
All right,
guys.
story number 2 down in the books.
All
Don't
right.
ever get a cheese pump in your nachos. We won't do that. Can you give us a little tease of what we're going to see in the last
Yes,
segment?
I can. A man tries to convince his neighbors of something ridiculous.
I love it. Anytime you bring the neighbor and they involve your neighbors, it's a whole
Always.
thing. Todd Barry's with us. We'll be back with more Dumb People Town right after this.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Hey guys, welcome back to Dumb People Town. We want to remind people we have a Patreon that
do.
we would love. We do extra episodes just for our Patreon. We have other cool merch and other great access to live
We'll do
shows.
follow-ups on stories. We'll do another cake story.
Yeah,
Lots
it's
of stuff
all
coming
available for you. That, and it's a great way to support this show. and get extra stuff.
Patreon.com/dumbpeopletown.
That's
great.
And you can look it up and do it and sign up, and we'd love to have you there. Again, Todd Barry's podcast, The Todd Barry Podcast.
yeah.
Check that out. It's him and comedians and the occasional. I think you should have your whatever mobile devices. If you run into David Johansen on the subway again, you can have a little
Just
podcast.
start just get in
Yes.
his face.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He'd do it.
The In Your Face podcast.
The
host.
In Your Face.
podcast.
Yeah.
But like you do it in a very relaxed way.
Before
Todd,
you're-
not
before you're
aggressive.
stopped.
I'm not aggressive enough.
Before you're stopped.
Like when I heard you
Barry.
guys do follow-ups to the stories, like, oh my God.
It's too much.
I'm not.
That's only
doing
for
it.
our Patreon followers. and the
Sure.
people
I
who
guess so
subscribe.
there's a little
They
incentive.
want to know
there,
what
isn't
happened to
there?
Angel the horse. You can
exactly.
find out.
You want to know Angel the Horse's trajectory after she ran away. There you go.
All right, Dan.
You want to do this?
Take us home, brother.
It's a great short little story sent in by Jennifer Hansen at Gopher Puck Fan.
Okay.
I'm guessing Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Hockey fan.
How good
Yes.
is that Acme Comedy Club of Minnesota?
It's good. I haven't been there in years, though.
Oh, really?
No.
What can I, before we go there, where are your favorite places to perform? Where do you enjoy the most?
Just city-wise or
City-wise,
specific
club-wise, and
clubs and
venues
cities.
and places.
well, there's a great club in Indianapolis called the White Rabbit. I
nice.
recommend you guys. It's about a 180 seat or two. It's small. Might be too small for you guys.
Right, but it's cool.
But it's really good.
Yeah.
Also in Indiana, the Comedy Attic is
Oh, I
great.
love that place.
Fantastic.
The club on State in Madison.
Yeah,
and
sure.
what else there? I know there's others that I'm leaving out. I mean, these are I'm not talking about.
I'm sure you're a Comedy Works fan.
Showcase club.
Yeah.
I'm
Comedy
talking about-
Works, Denver.
I don't really.
That's a good one.
No, I did a guest spot there recently. It was very nice.
Fun.
You should be working there. Done.
But I do massive theaters. So
Yeah,
that's
you
I
do.
know. I mean,
So like Madison Square
Tiny
Garden,
key
I'm
Arena.
you should ask me about which are my favorite corporate arenas.
corporate arenas.
What the Quicken Loan Center,
Quicken
and wherever that
Loans,
is.
There you
the
go.
Q. You're really good at big
Target
in the Q.
Center, Qualcomm Stadium,
Staples
those-
Center. Basically anything else. All right, let's get
You
it.
ready?
Yes.
Lancaster County, Pennsylvania.
Mhm.
A Conestoga? I don't Conestoga.
I think you got it right the first time.
Who knows?
Conestoga.
The
Conestoga.
thing with towns, you can pick your emphasis. So
Yes.
where you want that syllable to
Dude,
be.
we lived in Creve Coeur, Missouri. If you studied French at all, that's Creve Coeur.
Yeah.
But St. Louisans called it Creve Coeur.
That I just reminded myself of an emphasis story. Have you ever heard the story of when Christopher Walken hosted SNL with the Foo Fighters?
Mm-mm.
And so before the show
I
started,
heard.
Walken walks up to Dave Grohl and he goes, "In your name is the emphasis on foo or fighters."
Uh-huh.
And Dave Grohl goes, "Oh my God, he has no clue
Who
we
we
Yeah,
are,
exactly.
heard of us."
Uh-huh.
Has he noticed? And he goes, "Oh, the emphasis is on fighters." And he's like, "You got it." So-
I can't imagine if I was in a band, being surprised that Christopher Walken hadn't heard of me.
Right. Well, no, they were loved it. They were
They loved
happy
it. I
about
mean,
it.
he's like,
Yeah,
So
now-
then, if you
he's
watch
probably
the
like a
tape,
gift.
if you watch the tape, he'll
Ladies and
walk in,
gentlemen.
ladies and gentlemen,
the Foo
fighters.
It was nice of him to ask.
Yeah.
Also.
Oh,
Phenomenal.
professional.
Professional
The
that.
Foo Fighters.
Yeah,
and you'll see if you ever go Google it or watch the tape or whatever, they're all laughing as they start out the song because they're so thrilled that he said the name wrong.
So good.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Foo Fighters.
So good.
All right, here we go. A Conestoga man is facing DUI charges after a disturbance in which he tried to convince neighbors that he had a time machine and was from the future. Guys,
That's always a good one.
guys, your lawns are looking great. I need to tell you something. Everybody's going by the bylaws. There's been a new development in our cold.
But the truth of the matter is, it's one of those things that you can't prove. Can you prove that he's not from the future?
What is he? So how did he take advantage? Like he just would say, "Hi, I'm from the future."
On
at a time
July
machine.
10th, around 4 p.m. So
Okay.
the
How much
middle
has
of the
he been
day in your
drinking
neighborhood.
all
the
morning
middle of
long?
your day
Yeah.
in your neighborhood.
4 p.m. is the perfect time to say you're coming back from the future, by the way. You don't want to do that at 9 in the morning. People can't
No.
handle it.
People want
You don't want
that.
to do it too late at night
4
because people
p.m.
think
is
you're
like
messing
some
around.
crazy stuff's happening.
What day of the week was the 4th of July this year? Thursday?
Wednesday.
Yeah, it was a Thursday.
It was?
So no, it was a
Wednesday.
It was a Thursday. It was a Thursday because the third was a Wednesday.
So
yeah.
that would make the 10th. We're talking middle
Wednesday,
of the week.
Wednesday.
Yes, middle of the week.
4 p.m. on a Wednesday.
Yes.
I'm from
July
the future.
10th at 4 p.m. Jason Kolb allegedly approached a group of neighbors in the 3300 block of Main Street in
Jason
Cone-
Kolb sounds like every linebacker who's ever played for the Green Bay Packers.
and told them that it was the year 2015. Guys, it's 2015.
Uh-huh.
So he's trying to tell them what year they're in.
Yes.
So his time machine makes the whole world go back in time.
You know, he went back in time.
He went back and he chose to
Oh.
go back about
4 years.
4 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Then Jason Kolb tried to convince the neighbors that he had a time machine activated in his trailer and he was from the future 2019.
Oh.
So he's saying it hasn't.
So he's trying to tell people that
Right.
they're in a. He
And
made
why are
a
they
mistake.
in a group at 4 o'clock in the afternoon anyway?
He
Who
made
knows
a
what they're
mistake.
into?
How's
Ma-
this guy get press? Like I have,
Right.
I should be getting more press.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
He's doing the White
Why don't
Rabbit.
you get a time
and
machine?
You need to tell people you're from the
Doing
future.
the White Rabbit in Indianapolis.
And the show was great.
Time Machine show is incredible.
It would be great to do a set to an audience as though
You're
they
coming
don't know
back.
what's happened yet. Like, hey guys, great last year of Barack. like, and give them all the stuff. It's experimental.
Mm-hmm.
Kolb allegedly attempted to use dates on his mail and a can of oysters with a 2019 expiration date. So he's saying he brought that with him.
From the future.
Yes. How drunk?
So he's saying that the expiration date is like the date these were canned or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so he's saying, how could I have this if I'm not from the future? To which you would say,
We're
'cause
all
it
in
is- yes.
2019
we
right
all
now.
got on that time machine with you
Uh-huh.
every day.
Does he think that it's 2015? Does he really
think he's
that?
in 2015? Yes,
Yeah.
he tried to
So
tell
he
them.
sat in this thing that is his time machine. He turned it to 2015. The flux
like, Calvin.
capacitor fluxed,
Uh-huh.
and then he got out and he said, "I'm in 2015."
Is this a deleted scene from Napoleon Dynamite?
Yes, 100%. He attempted to use dates on his mail. You know their bills, and they're unopened.
They're unpaid.
Yes. And then a can of oysters. Who knows why? Police arrested.
Because, by the way, that is the best way to eat oysters is canned.
You ever?
You guys want canned oysters? I'll take a doorknob nacho.
Yeah. Cheese dispenser handle nacho. I'll take that over.
So what
a
happened
can.
with this guy?
Police arrested Jason Cole.
For what?
Who was found to be wanted on a simple warrant out of both Lancaster and York counties. That's how he's like, that's not what you guys are here for. I time travel. I know, but we ran your name. Don't
why,
do that.
Why was he? Did they call the cops? Maybe I missed something.
I imagine the neighbors called the
Well,
cops.
he was probably bothering the hell
I
out of
see.
people.
Of
and they're
some
like,
sort of
little
town
harassment
meeting
type
they were
situation.
having. During his arrest, police also noted that he was found to be in possession of, and this is all they say, a small baggie of white powder. He's having a great Wednesday.
Did it have a date on it as well?
Yeah, right.
it's from the future.
How could I have this if I'm not from the future?
That is what powers the time machine,
Right.
so to speak.
We will get out of here on the time traveling neighbor with this. How old do you think Jason Kolb is?
He's a time traveler. Oh,
Yeah.
Dan, are we doing 2015 age or
Jason Colbert,
2019?
2019.
I got this one here.
Do you want to go what age he was in 2015?
No, here we go. I'm going to say 45.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. Jay, what do you think?
I think this guy could be 21.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's 58.
And he
gone.
just saw The Matrix.
Yeah. He's like, you guys don't understand.
It's all a simulation. Okay, Todd, what did you say?
I said 45.
And what did you say? 28? What did you say?
21. Did you say a simulation?
I'll be 58. I'm 58.
Okay. Thank you for everybody who played along with us today. Thank you, Todd Barry, for being here because Jason Kolb is 42 years old.
Todd Barry.
yeah.
God.
Todd Barry in
Made
the
it all
neighborhood.
worth it,
He
man.
made it all worth it. He brought it back around. There you go.
But he'd be 45 by now, maybe.
Yeah.
There
Yes,
you go.
45.
I was factoring that in.
You were.
You were.
And that's smart.
Thanks
So-
for
Gotta adjust
factoring thanks for
neighborhood time
factoring
travel.
the 4-year, the 2015 to 2019 time gap in there, Todd Barry. Always figuring in the time gap.
Yes.
Listen to his podcast, the Todd Barry Podcast. Go see him live wherever he comes to see.
Highly recommend the live Todd Barry show.
agreed.
There is no one better. Do you do crowd work in these shows too?
I
Some?
do either all. I do generally now. I'm trying to do just jokes, but
Right.
even in those jokes, I hit that kind of moment where I'm like, it's time to talk to the crowd.
And how's the crowd, Rich?
We watched his full crowd work show at Moon Tower a few years ago. It was one of my favorite things.
Oh,
I've
thank
ever
you.
seen. It was so good.
Thank you.
So funny. We're the Sklar Brothers. He's Dan and Kirk. And
No shit. We got to get back to work.
Dum 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 dum. Stick around, make a sound, hunker down. It's Dumb People Town.
Scarpins Avenue.
A podcast network.